Hello, it's Mike with TradeWinds RV Center, here to congratulate you on your Bighorn 37 DB fifth wheel. I'm going to walk you around it, show you how to use a few things to get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite. A couple things to take into consideration when parking. On your campsite, I want you to leave plenty of room for 2 slides on this side, but even more room for this awning. On your off campsite, you're going to have a couple slides over here as well. What I really want you to think about is where your power water connections are going to be. Your water connection and docking station is going to be right up here toward the front. And then your power is going to be all the way back here in this rear corner. So park accordingly so you can utilize the facilities at the campsite. Once we arrive, we're going to unhook our hitch at the front of your unit. Here's the lippert component leveling system. Touch both arrows at the same time. It's going to get a green light on here. Then make sure that all my cabinets are closed here, because the first thing that's going to happen when I'm going to touch this auto level is the whole front of the unit is going to dip down. Alright, after that comes on, we're simply going to lift the front, unhook our hitch, and as soon as our hitch is unhooked, we're going to hit auto level. First thing that's going to happen again, like I said, the front's going to dip. Going to start running down auto leveling here, auto leveling here as well. We'll go ahead and let that run its auto leveling down while we run through a few other things. Okay, once it's level and stable, we're going to go ahead and hook up our power and water. You got a 30-foot 50 amp cord plugs in the rear here. The way these new ones go on now, they'll go in at about 11 o'clock, turn it to the right to lock it in to noon, and then go ahead and put that gray washer on there. Now, at the end of that 50 amp service, should you need to plug into a 30 amp somewhere, your convenience pack will be a 50 to 30 amp dog bone. And if you need to plug into a 110, 30 to 15 amp reducer. All right, you got your power plugged in. See our auto leveling system's coming all down. Okay, it might be just about done. Just remember, stay clear until you see it completely done moving.
It comes up against the wall.
Once it is done,
like that,
this green light should turn a solid green. All right, once you got our unit level stable, hooked up our power, let's hook up our water. Now at campsites, we're going to use a water pressure regulator. This water pressure regulator is going to reduce your water pressure to 40 to 50 psi, protecting the lines in your unit. If you don't know what the water pressure is at different campsites, so always use these. Here's your water inlet. Hook that up. Hook up your hose. Turn this, as you see, there's 4 settings: city fixtures, dry camping, tank fill, and winterize. We're going to turn this to city fixtures. One more step before turning that hose on. To the right here is going to be your hot water heater. All we're doing at this point, folks, this door will come right off here, is making sure our drain plug's back in there. Get some plumber's tape around that, not putty. Putty will gum up on you. Get that in there nice and snug. Once that's in there snug, we can go ahead and turn that water hose on. And after that hose has been out for a few minutes, let me get this back on here for you. After that hose has been on for a few minutes, we're going to step up inside and open up these slides so that we can get to all of our water fixtures. Stepping up inside your unit, we're going to go straight ahead, open up this cabinet to our control panel. Now, I'm going to come right down here to hydraulic slides, and I'm simply going to hit out. All of your unit is on hydraulic slides, which means one button is going to run them all out through a hydraulic system. Sometimes we'll go one at a time. Sometimes a couple may move together. See your rear one going out there now. While I'm holding that down, I'm going to go ahead and walk you through some of this here. We've got another slide control here that we'll be utilizing. Below there is going to be your fan. It's up top. I'll show you that working. I think this is the last slide right here going out on that. You hear the reduction in the engine and wind down. That's when you know it's ready. Then go ahead and slide out. That's gonna be our bedroom slide. So what I want to do is, once I get all these slides out, we're gonna go around the unit. We're gonna open up all of our water spigots. Get a nice steady flow of water going through them. Get all the air out of the lines and then shut them off. Same thing in the bathroom, shower area. Okay, so slide out here. Once we got a steady flow of water going through all of them, shut them off, and you're all set to camp. As far as your water. Now let's say we're gonna go camping and we're not gonna use city water. We're gonna go dry camping and boondocking, and we need to fill up our fresh water. Well, in that case, we have a two-step process. Start out by turning this to tank fill. All the way around to the left. To tank fill it in the same spot. Treat your hot water heater the same way by making sure it's closed. Alright, except this time what we're going to do is we're going to go on the inside. On that control panel where you can check your black and gray tanks, there's also a freshwater button. Keep an eye on that button while you're filling that. Once that's full, remove that hose and then turn this to dry camping. And then when you want to utilize that water, you'll turn on your water pump. Don't turn on your water pump and hook the city fixtures. That's already pressurized. Just for dry camping, or if you winterize, you'll turn on your water pump to siphon in your water. Alright, so we got power and water. We're all ready to camp. Let me go ahead and walk you around the rest of the unit. Continuing here in the docking station. There are some instructions over here, but what I told you is pretty simple. We have a hot and cold outdoor shower, a light, our cable hookups, connections, 110 out here, cable here, a couple black tanks. Again, this is our docking station. When you're filling that fresh water, there's a vent for an overflow. Here's your hot water bypass, set to normal right now, and there's an area you can run those hoses down through. Got a big pass-through storage area here. A control panel here. You can also do our leveling system with. Propane here. The RNA regulator. Lefty-loosey to open. Continuing down our off-camp side. Again, our hot water heater. There's a flue for your furnace. A couple things on that. One, make sure they're never blocked. And two, if you are running your furnace, steer clear of them. They do get hot. You can also purchase a bug shield for those. Down underneath here is going to be our black and gray tanks. This is actually going to be gray tank number 1. That will dump right there. With black tank number 1. Sewer outlet connection there. Behind our first set of slides, we do got some storage here. And then behind our second set of slides, we're going to have our dump station with black tank number 1 and gray tank number 1. Again, our power. Got a separate door back here to go into and bring down these steps. We'll pull back on this handle and just let this down for an outdoor bathroom that you can use to keep everyone running through your unit while you're out camping. You got a ladder, utilize it. Go up there a couple times a year, 2-3 times a year, check the seams of your roof and caulk as needed with recommended RV roofing caulk. You are prepped for a backup camera. I think you've got a little outdoor kitchen here. We do, it's just a outdoor fridge. A nice safety strap for traveling. More storage. Big magnet holds that up. Oh, here's your outdoor kitchen. Again, a magnet. These will lock in, pull them out. You got a sink with a quick connect here for your water. And a hand light griddle. Get you a stick lighter to light that. Make sure when you're traveling you get that snapped back in there. Quick thing on your slides, just want to mention, they've got a spray that you can put on your wipers that will keep those pliable over the years, keep them nice and flexible and keep them from dry rotting. Pick up a can of that from our store. The other side of your back of your pass-through storage. You're prepped for a TV out here. 110 and cable there. Another 110 outside as well. Spare tire holder there. Your other propane will be on this side. Up front, this will be a vent for your battery area. You're prepped for solar. You can plug in a solar panel there and that'll trickle charge your batteries. This side is all your hydraulic fluids and your battery system, as well as a battery disconnect. That'll come in important later. We're going to talk about your carbon monoxide propane detector. That'll shut off all the battery power to the unit. There's your inverter on this side. Here's your access to your back big storage area. This will wrap your power cord up. And underneath there you are pre-prepped for a generator. Again, our auto leveling system and instruction. Well, covers everything out here. We'll take a look on the inside. Alright, coming back up in your unit again, a couple things on these stairs. One, make sure your exterior door is all the way open, bringing them up or down, or this will catch on it. Two, you've got adjustable feet. All you have to do is lift that up, push on that bar, that'll bring this up and down. Step inside the unit. Again, we'll walk straight ahead to that control panel. Open this up, and we'll start up top. Here's a remote to turn an inverter on. Here's where you check your battery. Fresh button, that's the one I said to hold down when you're filling your potable water. Black and gray tanks. Tank heater. That's just a little pad that's on your, a 12-volt pad that's on your tanks in case you're in inclement weather and you think they might freeze. Here's where you turn on your water pump. Your water heater. 120 or 12 volt. Choose correctly. Does make a difference. All these are all lighting. Entry light. Awning in and out. On your awning, you turn that awning light on. So on your awning, you only want to run that awning out until that flap falls down to 90 degrees. You can see that bar. If you hold that button down, that will continue to run itself out and run itself out past that point and start to run itself up backwards. So keep an eye on it when you run it out. Make sure you don't run it out further than you need to. Run that back in. As I do, I notice it looks like you've got a bar scan here for a Heartland owner's manual. Nice to have on a used unit. Sounds like they're all the way in. Now I will tell you one thing about slam locks is that they work best when gently slammed. Alright, also inside your door is your fire extinguisher. Make sure that you and everyone that's camped with you knows that's there in case of an emergency. On your island, you've got a 110 and your 12-volt carbon monoxide propane detector I just mentioned. That is always running off your battery. So if you're out dry camping, boondocking somewhere, nothing plugged in charges your battery and you're going to be gone for the entire day, use that battery disconnect up front or this will run your battery down. Again, 110 there as well as there. Over underneath our hutch here, we've got our breaker box enthusiast. Looks like we got a ton of 15s in there. I would highly recommend having some of those with you when you go camping. 110 here. Of course, we went through our control panel already. The vent. You can open that vent up. And then the other button is to turn the fan on. And close the vent. The vent you definitely want to make sure is closed for travel. Coming into our kitchen. Everything seems to be self-explanatory on this fridge. All the controls on the front here. Function sets. And a freezer down here. This is a safety strap for traveling. Put that on. Keeps that fridge from popping open on you. Continuing in the unit. We have a microwave. Below that microwave we've got a fan, high, low, and a light, high and low. Put that on high. I'm mixing your cooktop here. This makes an excellent backsplash. Just fold that back there. So turn on our panel light, turn this to light. When you first turn these on at a campsite, make sure that you have let the gas bleed into the lines for a couple of minutes. Same thing with your oven here. Rock that panel light down, it becomes an oven light. But go to pilot light here, hit that spark, then look up underneath, make sure that it lit, and then just turn this to the desired temperature. On your dinette, I just want to mention back here, you got an emergency escape window. For your TV, pull down on this, it allows this to swivel. It releases your swivel, and when you push it back, it'll lock in. I'll turn on your Connex ETV. Should be a separate manual in here for that as well. It's really cool. You can run all your radio, TV, sound, Bluetooth. I'll show you here your sources, AM, FM, media, TV. TV come out here.
Degrees, but up in Midland at 50, so difference there 14 degrees. At midtime, we will watch that warm front
component, couple HDMIs, Bluetooth, and an FM radio.
Those south of the warm front already.
I'm gonna pick up much inside this building, but we'll see. But nice system. You got a recliner here and recliner sofa. Reach inside, pull on this parachute pull. That'll get your recliner out. Heading back to our bunk area here. Turn on some lighting, another fan, vent to open, and fan to turn on. We've got a sofa that will fold out into a bed. We'll show you how to do that by lifting this bunk up. Let that snap in here. Turn on a little lighting. When you put this up, make sure you snap it in both ends. I'm going to show you real quickly how to turn this bed into a sofa. Or sofa into a bed. So we're going to remove our Velcro cushions. Stand in the middle for good leverage. Lift up, open your legs out, pull it towards you. Lay the back end down, and just that quickly, you've got a bed. Now the most important thing on this, when putting it back, make sure you lift the back up first. If you lift that front up, you are going to damage this, and we don't want you to do that. Lift up, hold your legs in, just jackknife that back down. Return your Velcro cushions. Just that quickly, we're back to a sofa. On this side where the other bunk is, you do have a TV backer there. And then our rear bathroom. Come back here, we turn our lights on. Not much to talk about back here, other than maintain your plumbing. Keep an eye on your plumbing, make sure nothing's wiggling loose over time. You are bouncing a house down the road, so you just want to keep an eye on things. Exiting up front, you have a wireless charging port up here, big pantry, smoke alarm here. Coming up our steps to our thermostat. Let's crank the air, let's go back to cool. Crank the air up in here. Get the cool off. You hear that running down there. We shut that off. Now generally the AC fans shut off quickly like it did. Now I'm going to go to heat the furnace. I don't want to crank it to 85, but I'm going to real quickly. There you go, you hear that running. Now when I shut the furnace off, you will notice that it takes a couple minutes for the furnace fan to cycle through before it actually shuts off. In our bathroom, most important thing, besides this hand open exhaust vent, is this shower door. You want to make sure that this stays all the way open for travel. Over to this side, so that this can lock all of your doors in this side and keep that from moving on you. Again, plumbing to check out, maintain, 110 with GFCI reset. And we head to the back bedroom, excuse me. Our lighting here, as well as our own thermostat for a separate AC unit with a quick dump, blast cold air in here. Go to off, shut that off, and your separate furnace control as well. Extra seats for your dining area and your storage under your bed. Bring that back around to off. Your prep for a washer and dryer in here. Huge closet space. Your other TV needs to be pushed against the wall to lock into its safety strap here. There we go. Another wireless charging port. A door that you want to be snapped open for travel. Mostly safety during travel, folks. Alright, let's go ahead and close the unit up. Act like we're done camping and we're leaving the campsite. There's the bunk up there, it's on vent. So start in the rear and start shutting off lights. As I come forward, I'm watching for anything that can impede my slides from coming in. Nothing in here. Best to travel with this bunk. Turn these lights back down. Just because I feel safer. Nice and tight. With the amount of wood you've got here compared to this little bit that's in the walls. So that's the best way to have that for travel. Shutting off accent lights as I came through. Now I'm going to say doors and drawers. Walk through your unit. Make sure all doors and drawers are closed. Nothing's going to impede any of our slides from coming in. Turn my control panel here and shut off all my lights. Now I can see all of the accent lights that I need to walk through the unit and shut off. Once I went through and shut off, there's an extra light, all of the lights, I'll go back in and turn on the main light. Now I'm going to start with my bedroom slide up here. Just hit slide in. Again, I went in the bedroom, made sure nothing was in between my bed and that dresser, that all the drawers were closed. Nothing was going to impede that slide from coming in. Once that one's in, we're going to hit hydraulic in, and that will bring in all of these slides. Fast forward to the last slide in, shut off our lights, and exit the unit. Now again, on these steps, make sure we open this door up all the way. This is spring assisted, so you see I'm doing it one-handed. Set that inside, lock and deadbolt your door, lift and turn this handle. Okay, so now if we're out dry camping, we're going to come around here, behind our tire here, and open up that blue freshwater drain. Come to the front of the unit. Turn this back on. Got our green light, and we're going to hit retract all and get out of the way. What that's going to do, that's going to bring up our stabilizing jacks. That'll bring our front back up. Again, just like always, it dips up front first. So make sure that you have your unit clear. As you see, it's bringing up your stabilizing jacks. An auto leveling system. Sounds like all those are up. Come back to the front. Simply push up, and that's going to lift the front back up. Lift it up to the height of your hitch. Hook up your hitch. And again, if we're dry camping, we head to the nearest dump station or on home, whichever you prefer. If we're at a campsite, we will unhook our power, our water, our cable. Come up here, do the same thing, hook up our hitch, and head on up to the dump station. Alright, at the dump station, park accordingly. You got a 10-foot hose and 2 dumps. You got a sewer outlet here and one back here as well. Now we're going to start in the front. We're going to start by dumping the front toilet. So hook up your sewage hose there, hook the other end into the dump, come up here, and where that black handle is, reach right above that and pull that one up top. Now that's going to be your wastewater. It's going to be the back toilet here. That'll drain all out. When that no longer looks like it's draining, or sounds like it's draining, go ahead and pull this gray handle here. It's going to be cleaner water, your sinks, your showers. When that's done, close that gray handle. Come back up, open up this black handle, and go to our dump station. In this station, we're going to hook up our hose from the campsite to our front black tank. Flush. Go ahead and turn that on for a good 5 minutes, emphasizing leaving that top handle open. That's going to clean that sewage out of this one. When that's done, remove that sewage hose, close that, remove that sewage hose, come on down here, hook up to your rear, and pull right here. That's going to be everything in this back bathroom. Now while that one's dumping, go ahead and come up here and dump our low point drains. If we're done camping for the season, come to our hot water heater. Lift up on this pressure release valve. Now be careful, it's going to dump some hot water out of there. When that's done, push that down, and then you can pull your drain plug for your residual hot water. Make sure you put this back on before leaving. Believe it or not, it has happened. When that's done, leave that black handle open. Go ahead back up here to your dump again. Hook up your second tank flush. Let that run for a good 5 minutes. When that's done, close that up. Go back there, remove that sewage hose. Take it and store it in a sanitary place and head on home. Again, thank you guys so much for your purchase. Hope you enjoy this Bighorn for many years to come. Happy camping.